Bangkok, Thailand. To honor the outstanding achievements of all teams, we will now announce the medalists of this event. Please join me in welcoming the teams who will earn their spot on the podium to the court.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to see the Gilas Pilipinas men reclaim the gold medal or claim the gold medal anew here in the Southeast Asian Games. The third Southeast Asian Games was hotly contested. There was so much drama even before the tournament started. We weren't even sure which players would be on the floor for Gilas Pilipinas. But in the end, the collection that we came up with was more than enough to come up with the gold in Thailand. We're talking about Robert Bolick, Von Pesumal, Dal Panopio, Matthew Wright, Cedric Manzano, Jamie Malonzo, Ray Parks, VJ Pre, Alan Bryant Liwag, Thirdy Ravena, and Poy Erang. Heroes in their own right coming in despite the increased expectations and the short preparation time. Gilas Pilipinas coming up with the win, the gold that the public expects. And of course, our rivals taking the stage here. Here's Indonesia claiming the third place after overcoming Malaysia in their battle for third. And of course, Thailand, who we mentioned a while ago, silver medalist, really pulled out all the stops to beat Gilas Pilipinas. That first half in particular was 38-29 in favor of the Thais. Things changed later on. You have notes, my friend, of that particular gold medal matchup. What stood out to you in that second half that allowed Gilas Pilipinas to end up with the gold in the end?
Well, I want to go all the way back to the first half, and I want to talk about Freddie Lish. Freddie Lish played virtually the entire ball game for Thailand, and although he had the ball in his hands for a large majority of the game, he was, in my opinion, taken out of the game. I'm pretty sure that he was a focal point of the defensive game plan of Coach Norman Black and the rest of that Gilas coaching staff. But I think they did, I'm talking about Gilas, did a fantastic job in not allowing Freddie Lish to impact the game. He had an assist here and there. He continued to attack the basket, but he was by large, in part, a no-show in this ball game. The same thing goes for the defense on Moses Morgan. They really did a good job. I think in the first half, you saw a little bit from Jakwada and you saw a little bit from Ejisu, but the adjustments were made in that second half. And we've talked about being down in the first quarter in every single game and being able to make the adjustments, and they did it again here. Whenever Jakwanan or Ejisu got the ball at the post, what was the adjustment made by Gilas? They started sending to the baseline as they started sending that double team. Whenever they were in the paint with the ball, you saw a crowd surrounding them. Gilas guards and bigs all over the place. The ball screen defense was a lot more difficult for the Thais to score against. They were blitzing, they were hard showing. Just overall effort and energy was so different in that second half for Gilas, and it paid off. They come away with the gold medal.
And you know, partner, I was really happy with our friend Carlo Pamintuan, who basically assured us that Coach Norman Black normally makes these types of adjustments, that he is able to overcome the odds at halftime because they've had multiple first quarters, if not all of their first quarters, trailing in the Southeast Asian Games. So about this particular Gilas Pilipinas group. And we all know that Filipino coaches, that includes Coach Norman Black, excel in adjustments. What do you think happened in that locker room, knowing that based on the stories from Carlo Pamintuan, that Coach Norman Black approached it calmly and directly in a way that he knew that he was doing, and he has the experience to actually lead this team through this adversity?
Well, I think being a great leader also is being a great listener and seeing all the talent on that team that he has. Although they don't have much experience or a lot of preparation time, he knows that he has veterans on that team. Matthew Wright, a veteran playing in the B League. Ray Parks, also in the B League. International experience for Robert Bolick. Tons of international experience from 30 Ravenna. I'm sure that he asked input from his teammates. He wants to make sure that he gets the most, his players. I'm sure he wants to get the most out of them. He wants to put them in the best position possible to succeed, make them comfortable, find out what makes them tick, and you saw it. You saw dribble drive from them in the second half. A lot of downhill attacks for Jamie Malonzo. That's where he excels. A lot of high pick and roll for Robert Bolick. That is exactly where he excelled. Getting Ray Parks going downhill with the left hand, and a lot of off the ball action for Matthew Wright, freeing him up for wide open 3-point shots. I think that is what in large part we saw or happened in that locker room at halftime. They were able to piece together the adjustments needed. And again, like you said, Filipino coaches will never ever be accused of not making adjustments.
And of course, what a cast, what a group this is. You mentioned a while ago, we saw different looks from Gilas Pilipinas. We saw them actually use dribble drive. We actually saw them run Meralco sets.
Yes.
And it was funny because it felt like we knew which coach would actually insert this wrinkle in the offensive scheme based on the stats. So, right now, we have a chance to listen in and enjoy the medal ceremony for your Gilas Pilipinas men.
For gold medal presentation, we are honored to invite Mr. Hakov Khatirian, FIBA Executive Director of Asia, and Mr. Nipon Chamalit Muntian, the President of Basketball Sport Association of Thailand, to come to the court to present the award to our winners.
รางวัลชนะเลิศเหรียญทองเป็นของทีมชาติฟิลิปปินส์
And the winner is the Philippines! Congratulations, Philippines!
และพวกเขาคือสุดยอดนักกีฬาในวันนี้ค่ะที่ได้สร้างประวัติศาสตร์อีกหน้าให้กับวงการกีฬาที่ได้ยืนอยู่บนโพเดียมสูงสุดของการแข่งขันในรายการนี้ขอเสียงปรบมือให้กับชัยชนะของพวกเขาด้วยค่ะ
The Philippines have delivered an awesome performance and achieved a historic milestone, rising to the top of the podium in this event. Please give them a round of applause in honor of their remarkable victory, the Philippines!
Ladies and gentlemen, your gold medalist, your Gilas Pilipinas men. I think I actually forgot to mention Justin Chua was part of that lineup as well for Gilas Pilipinas a while ago when I listed down the gold medalists. And of course, it is such a sweet victory, in particular for Matthew Wright and 30 Ravenna, who were there for that infamous 2021 silver medal finish for Gilas Pilipinas. Since then, it has always been a redemption tour, a reminder that Gilas Pilipinas are still the team to beat in Southeast Asia. And this time around, Gilas Pilipinas proved it once again. The Philippines is on top when it comes to men's basketball, and this time women's basketball as well. Partner, so much pride in this group, and I think every Filipino fan should be happy with the way that they conducted themselves here in this particular tournament.
We're talking about every Filipino basketball fan. Count me in to that long list. We talked about how the expectations were very, very high. Along with those expectations comes a lot of pressure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gilas Pilipinas men are your gold medalists for the 33rd Southeast Asian Games. It was a tough journey to get to Thailand. It was a tough journey to come out on top in Thailand. But your Gilas Pilipinas men and women are coming home gold medalists. Ito po ang tibay at tatag pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Ako po si Paulo De Rosario alongside Coach Willie Wilson. Thank you so much for joining us in our coverage here today. And we cannot wait to see you as we continue to honor the Filipino athlete in the Southeast Asian Games. Have a great night.